so confused, like I don't know what's happening to me. I'm seeing angel numbers everywhere, and like I feel like some spiritual stuff is happening, but like everyone else doesn't seem to understand, and I'm in the matrix. And hello, it is your girl Rachel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Rachel. I like to make videos about spirituality, wellness, pretty much anything that I like to post goes on this channel. So if you'd like to see my face more, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give it a like. And today we are going to be talking about Kundalini awakening. So right now I am living in Mexico, and living in Mexico brings you so much closer to the mother and to your heart. I just saw 222 as I was I looked up. And the mother is the serpent, the Kundalini spirit that goes up through your chakras and through your spine. And when you have a spiritual awakening, this energy can be triggered, and it can be triggered through doing yoga. It can be triggered through doing energy work. It can be triggered through psychedelics or through going through a dark night of the soul. And so what I've noticed is that I've been doing all this womb healing and womb cleansing. So when you have this Kundalini awakening, what happens is that your root chakra is your first chakra, right? So it goes up from your root all the way up through your crown. And so all of your past traumas get triggered as you're doing this work, and it can be really hard, but it is really beautiful work. It's not easy. So what I have found is that I have had all this trapped emotion, trapped traumas, trapped experiences, trapped in my womb. Experience is that I went to this womb healing ceremony, and they did this womb activation there. So what they did is you put one hand on your front of your womb or your sacral chakra, and then one hand on the back, and you have someone else do this for you. So you partner up with someone. So the woman or the girl that I partnered up with, is so funny. These synchronicities had very similar experiences to me, very similar traumas. And you'll find that within your own world, as you do this Kundalini awakening, you go through this process, you'll see that the people around you will have similar experiences. Like spirit will point you in certain directions. As you open this channel, it's like it's your womb voice. So if you've ever sang before, and you sing from your people say from your diaphragm, and it comes a little bit below your belly, so it's not your solar plexus, but it's your sacral, which is like your creative center. And so that makes sense why so many creative people have like activated sacral chakras. For me, what happened, I didn't know that I had all of this repressed trauma inside of me, and I felt the pain of my ancestors. I felt all of these memories flooding back in of past abuse and all of these past traumas, and I just kept on screaming, and I just kept on crying, and I screamed and cried and screamed and cried, and I felt it becoming lighter. I felt all of these repressed traumas coming up, and all of these like ancestral like curses and patterns and blueprints of like abuse from the women in my line. And I know this is about Kundalini awakening, but I feel called to talk about this as well, because like as I am healing my divine feminine, like I feel my divine masculine like within me like becoming healed. And as you know, you heal like within your own self, and you heal your own divine masculine within you, like that is shown to you within your world as like healed divine masculine showing up in your world as well. And but as I was healing my feminine, it's like all these wounds that like kept me from like stepping into my power and like being able to make that bridge between my sacral and my solar plexus. Like energy of like staying in situations of like women in the past and like throughout like my mom's line of women just like staying in situations where they were like, you know, where there was abuse and where they weren't being treated properly, or where their like thoughts weren't heard or their truths weren't reflected back to them, and them just like staying there and like not listening to their heart. And like as I was talking about this, I was having a vision of my mom. That's another thing about Kundalini awakening, is like your psychic sense is connected to your Kundalini energy. It's also connected to your feminine energy. So as you clean out your womb, as you heal your sacral chakra, as you like become more in tune with your cycles, like your womanly cycles, your intuition becomes like so much more powerful, especially like when you're on your cycle too. That's why they call it like the crone, like the wise woman, the seer, as you're on your cycle. And so as I was talking about like, you know, stepping into your power, and like women in my line, a woman that is in my family, like, you know, in the past that she had like, you know, the courage to get up and to leave, and to just like make this journey across the country like all by herself, because she knew like that, you know, the situation that she was in was holding her back, and like she knew there was better for her, and like the generational curses, like she broke those she broke those, and now I feel like I am breaking generational curses as I am on this journey in Mexico and healing, and so that I don't pass that down to my daughter and to my future generations. And like being a strong, independent woman doesn't mean that you like don't accept masculine help. I just have this feeling of like whatever is like meant to be will come to me. And like that's the thing, when you do this womb work, it's like things just come to you. When you do this Kundalini work, things come to you, and that doesn't mean that sometimes like you don't like that you don't like go outwards and venture out and like you know, go on journeys that way and like meet people, but like even just doing that, like people are like certain people are attracted to you in your path, like certain women have been attracted to me. As you do this womb work, all of these memories will come up for you, especially if you have very strong intuition. And like this can be done for men as well. Like men have a channel too that can be opened. It's just lower, and they also have a voice, but it is called something different. I don't know what it's called, but it is a channel that can be opened as well. And so what happens when you do this womb work is like all of these memories will come up for you, or they did for me. And if you have really strong intuition, like I will see the memories play back in front of me, or I will get like intuitive messages like play in front of me. Like my third eye is so open, and it, like having visions in a different way that it has been before. And so these memories will come back and be like, okay, I have to go in. I'll put one hand on my womb and one hand on my heart. I'll go inside and I'll say, what lesson do I need to learn from this memory? And going within is like, slow down. The answers will come to you when you slow down. and you go within. This is supposed to be a place of joy. This is supposed to be a place of love and like a place to be sensual, a place to have positive emotions, and like in cleansing it makes space, it makes it light, it makes it joyful, it makes space for new things to grow. And once you clear that out and you heal and you listen to those memories and you replace beliefs that you previously had of that were not good for you to have. It's like in seeing past all of those patterns and saying, actually no, like I don't deserve to be treated that way, or actually no, like that wasn't okay for that experience to have happened, and like I understand that now, and like I will stand up for other women, and like not in a forceful way but in a graceful way of saying like, no, this is not okay. But then in expressing that anger and releasing it and letting go, it's like you free up that space. You free up that space for then you to step into that power of like, yeah, no, this is not okay. But then it's like you have this power once you establish that like lightness in your womb. It's like there's this gracefulness and this ease. I really feel called to like heal my masculine. I want to do it in a very like feminine way, in attracting like what it is that I want, but also like taking the action to like do the things that you want to do. It's like I feel like I came here and I said 2020 as I'm recording, and I was like, okay, I want to start this business and I want to do this, and I started some of those things, and then Spirit was like, the angel numbers are not quite right. Oh, I don't quite feel in my feminine flow. And yes, I'm like in my solar plexus and I'm stepping into my power, and like my womb is lighter and like I feel better. But it's like, ooh, this feels a little bit off. And I go back and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what did I come here to do? Like so often I feel like people who are intuitive or have gifts and like not really sharing like what I want to do with people, and in sharing that, like of course, like does it resonate with you to share with that person like your hopes, your dreams? And like I find like once I do that and I open up to the right people, that like my heart opens and I find like I feel Spirit leading me, and like the right circumstances start opening up and the right opportunities start opening up. I've started giving messages to people who need them. All these synchronicities start happening, and I'm like, I woke up this morning, I'm like, how come I'm not making videos? Like this is a big part of why I came here, was to like help others and to step up into my calling. And like ever since, I'm like getting visions of me like being really young making YouTube videos now, and like ever since I was young I knew like this is something that I could succeed at. I knew that this was something that I could do, and like ever since getting my spiritual abilities and then having like even more of a Kundalini awakening, I feel drawn to talk about this topic. And so for me, this is making that bridge from here, stepping into my power in the right way, into my heart, but then even making that bridge from my heart to my throat and sharing that truth. And it's so wonderful. And I am getting more visions during the ceremony. So we did womb healing, for like womb activation, and then we did something called Temazcal. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Temazcal. If someone wants to correct me in the comments. It is a sweat lodge, and so there are just like, it's like this frame with a bunch of blankets over it, and it's, you know, all the women sit around inside, and there's also ones for men too, and there is a bunch of stones that are called like abuelitas, and they're like healing stones. They get heated up in the fire, and then the fire keeper like brings the stones in, and they get mixed with, I don't know the exact process, but all of these herbs that are like very cleansing, and the water gets splashed and steam rises and water splashes on you. And basically it's like the ceremony of like getting a second skin, so it's like being reborn. And as I'm doing this ceremony, like I'm having these visions, 111, of I'm having these visions of like some of them positive, like I saw a bright yellow and I saw Mother Mary, and so that's like, okay, you need to work on your solar plexus, have that confidence. But then I also saw all of these like worms. I was like in my sacral chakra. I was like, oh my gosh, what are those? I was overhearing a conversation, a woman talking about how spiritual parasites are linked to narcissistic abuse, and I was like, wow, that really makes sense. Like, you know, we have inherited patterns within our family, and like people just like pass their trauma on to each other, and like, you know, hurt people hurt other people. I was like not stepping into my power, and like that ceremony really showed me like those past patternings of like not sticking up for myself when like I'm in a situation where I don't feel comfortable with men. Learning how to break all of these patterns is so important, and like stepping into your power and your, there's a butterfly in your solar plexus, and one thing that I feel like people don't talk about as you're going through a Kundalini awakening, or you're getting psychic abilities, or you feel called to make videos or like step up for the collective in like whatever way. There is duality in this world, and as you are more light and you open your channels to more light, or you like go to ceremonies, or you like start channeling or whatever, holding your vibration high is like always super important. So like not like toxic positivity but like, and like holding your vibration higher, not neglecting your emotions, feel your emotions, and keeping your vibration high. It makes it so like lower vibrational like energies aren't as able to attach to you, aren't as able to bother you. In going to Mexico, people like to go to ceremonies and like to do psychedelics and do all these wonderful healings, and like someone told me like but they're like portals for healing. So in doing that, it's like all of your energy channels are open, right? like, what are you bringing in? Are you taking time to go within yourself and to like feel your traumas? Because like, if you're just going from one thing to the next, or in your life, if you're just you know, like going and through the motions of life and like going to work and going home and doing all of these things, it's like, are you taking time within your own journey to like stop? Like spiritual bypassing, even like meditation's a beautiful tool, and like you can use it to clear your mind, and you can even use it to like bring in new energy and like make space. But then also it's like, if you're not like going within and feeling the emotions, ooh, if you're not going within and feeling the emotions and like releasing them, feel to heal. I know even for like men, it's like they're taught, and like, I mean, it is important for them to like be strong, you know, and like I respect like men that like, you know, are like, you know, it's important for me to feel like I am very masculine, and but at the same time it's like they have feminine and they have masculine within them, and like if you're neglecting one, then like the other one is like, if you're neglecting one, then like what's your outer world representing, and like your inner world as well. Another thing I feel called to talk about is that in Mexico I've been shown like your heart is like the most powerful. And so if you have the bridge going up and you have your solar plexus strong and you have your womb cleared or your sacral chakra cleared, then your heart can be like more activated. And your heart is like so based on the choices that you make and the love that you let in. And one thing like I feel called to talk about is like, sometimes we question ourselves, like, is this the right thing for me to be doing right now? And more often than not, like if it's a choice that's made from the heart, sometimes you won't know, and it like won't be this kind of intuition. Sometimes it will be. Sometimes the heart and the head can align, and like as you speak your truth, that channel opens, and like I'm getting that download right now. But like oftentimes you won't know if it's a choice from the heart. So like when you first have that like calling to do something, like sometimes the best choice is to do it if it's coming from the heart. And if you have that calling to do something like the first time, sometimes not knowing is what is like the beautiful thing is about the heart, because sometimes we're not meant to know unless we just like go for it. As you become more in tune with your heart, your intuition starts to become more in tune with your heart, and you start getting downloads from the divine. I so hoped that you guys enjoyed hearing me talk about my journey in Mexico, and I am still here journeying, and I hope that me sharing my experience and opening up to you guys may help you with your own spiritual awakening and your own Kundalini awakening as well. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know about your own experience. And I would love it if you give me a like. It helps me spread messages to more people. And I would love it if you would subscribe. More videos coming soon. And peace and so much love to you, and I hope that each and every one of you are inspired to follow your calling and to